Okay, Chapter 1, goal number 2 is to be able to identify where the food service industry fits within the hospitality and tourism industry. So let's look. Hospitality and tourism is the big pathway. And then underneath hospitality and tourism, we see restaurant, food and beverage services. We see lodging, which is our hotels and motels. We see travel and tourism, and we see recreation, amusement, and attractions. Within the restaurant and food beverage industry or services, we have two segments, the commercial segment and the non-commercial segment. So let's talk about those. The commercial segment makes up about 80% of all restaurant, food, and beverage services. The non-commercial segment is only about 20. So what is the difference between the two? The commercial segment consists of our restaurants, catering and banquet, retail and vending operations, stadiums, and cruise ships and airlines. All the food that's prepared there is considered commercial. The non-commercial segment is considered more private, so things like schools and university, government, looking at army bases, those types of things, and then our healthcare places, so hospitals, nursing homes. So when we talk about these two major segments, again, commercial is 80% of the industry. And what does that mean? It's sold to everyone. It's public, basically. The non-commercial segment, the non-commercial is 20% of the industry, so much smaller. And what does that mean? Is that there's a limited audience. It's not available for public consumption. If you think to an army base, that's a non-commercial industry. So why? Because it's not available to everybody. It's not public. So let's look at the commercial segments a little bit deeper. So the commercial segments consist of restaurants, catering and banquet services, retail, stadiums, like the Target Center, and cruise ships and airlines. So restaurants are categorized into two types, full service and quick service. So when we talk about full service, we're looking at restaurants where you sit down at a table, somebody takes your order, and then your food is brought to you. You typically dine in-house. When we talk about quick service, that's where you're typically ordering at the counter. So Subway would be an example of quick service, as well as this type of situation. So the difference between full service and quick service. Full service, you sit down, somebody comes and takes your order, somebody serves you your food, you eat in-house. Quick service is you stand at a counter typically, you put your order in, your food is given to you. And then we do also have food trucks. Food trucks are considered restaurants as well. They're actually in their own area. And they would probably be considered more quick service because you're not sitting down to eat there. So when we look at catering and banquets, if you've ever been to a wedding, that is a banquet, meaning the event chooses or the host chooses the menu. Now, caterers can be located in their own facility. Sometimes our big places, they have their own chefs and their own kitchens. Other times it's a private owned business that goes into other places and serves food. The food's delivered or prepared on site. Some have restaurants, or some restaurants also have catering capabilities. Panera, if you listen, they've been offering that as something most recently. The retail segment is prepared meals. So if you've ever eaten at Quick Trip or grabbed a sandwich there or at the supermarket, the deli, those are considered the retail segments or retail part of the commercial segment. Limited items. Vending machines are also considered that. When we look at the impact of the retail market, we can see that the retail stores and vending and drinking places are growing at least 20% faster than any other market, any of the other segments. So another commercial segment is your cruise ships and airlines. And if you've ever been in a flight, you know that they offer food service. They bring it to you.